Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TTFL Tier 1, Round 2. We're in Jeddha tonight. I am just trying to pull up all the details of the standings as we are, and get the stream posted to the various Discords. We've got 15 drivers in tonight, and we are at Jeddha, but we are doing full quali, so all 15 will make it through Q1. There is a new rule in place within TTFL, which has been nicknamed the Frenzy Rule. Everyone has got to set a competitive time on the relevant tyre for the track and the conditions. So if conditions are dry, everyone has to set a time on dry tyres. There's no getting through using the inters or the wet tyres to save yourself softs for later on in qualifying. You can all bear with me a moment. I will get the standings up as we are, as already there are people coming in. Evening, Ashley. Get that screen up. Click the button to... No, let's just move that screen up there. There we go, we've got the cat up on screen, so we'll go back and run you through the standings following last week's race. So Scorenzi is currently at the top of the table with 25 points after his win last week, followed by Non-Human, SFR Martin, Frenzy in fourth. Frenzy, our nickname for the new qualifying wall. I'm hoping that he would actually put a decent qualifying effort in, and we can see where he will end up if he does qualify. With the pace he's got, he'll qualify up the top end of the grid. I think he will be chasing for the win. Frenzy's in fourth, HCR8 in fifth, Thornicus in fifth, King 5 Panda in seventh. Sorry, Thornicus is in sixth, not fifth. King 5 Panda in seventh, Dixie Anthony in eighth, Scotty in ninth, Hepburn in 10th, Nevo in 11th, Freedom in 11th, in 12th. I'm useless, I do apologise. Hobo in 13th, Speedy in 14th, Moyland in 15th, who we saw get lapped twice, at least twice. Well, I made a point of focusing on Moyland getting lapped by first place and second place, so I count that as twice. Cons in 16th, Singh in 17th, Hydra in 18th, RRL TR3G in 19th, and Web Stappen in 20th. So let's get the map up, get the lap data going, and the telemetry, and let's see what people are able to do around Jeddha. So the game Codemasters EA put out an update on Monday which caused, I'd say, a little bit of carnage in any leagues that ran Monday whilst they got their heads around the new handling model. For me in RPR, worked out quite well. I had one of my best finishes. I ended up 6th round Austria with a sprint race. I qualified in 8th. Didn't have a great sprint race, a couple of spins, bit of damage, but managed to recover in the main race up to 6th place. Still undecided how much of a penalty to give to the person who finished in 5th place, as I have steward rights. My mind says I want to give him 10.33 seconds of penalties, which would swap our positions, but having looked at the incidents that were reported, I can't really. They were racing incidents. Still might do it just to wind him up. So currently, as we sit on the times, Cons is currently in first in this qualifying session on a 130.8. Core 3 is on a 131.0. SFR Martins on a 132.5. And King 5 Panda is on a 135.6. I say that the guys, I'd imagine they're still getting used to the handling model. Just doing a couple of tester laps, see how the cars are handling. They're all going through. Irrespective of times, but it would be a good point now to get a handle on the cars, understanding of how they go through the corners now. The changes that have been made do make a fair bit of difference. So I sit and watch Moylan go around. I'm just going to share the links if I can find. There we are. Just to let everyone know. So Moylan comes in without having actually set a lap time. King 5 Panda has retired within the pits. So Frenzy is on his outlap list. Follow him round, mainly because I love the look of that McLaren car. See what time he can put in. If he's going to put a comparative time in, he is currently on his outlap, hence his ERS light is flashing away. I have no idea on keeping up with corner numbers on this track because there are more corners than I can follow. And I know where the main sections are of where racing's going to happen and the overtake opportunities. The big change between 21 and 22 is the deletion of the second DRS section, although it has been relocated, so the run down to the final hairpin now has 2 DRS zones. Although that has caught a few drivers out. I'm just trying to do a couple of difficult bits for the league I'm looking after. So please bear with me while I'm quiet for a moment or two. So Frenzy's now starting his first time lap. Heading up into turn 1 and 2, cuts the apex nicely. This is one of those tracks where the curbs don't actually denote the track limits. The curbs are inside the white line. So there's a bit more room for extending track limits, but unfortunately Frenzy has extended a little bit too far and the game decided to invalidate this lap for it. My Discord's blowing up. Go back. There we go. I do apologise, I'm going to be quiet again for a few minutes. I'm trying to sort something out on the Discord, but I will be back before Q2 starts. Oh, okay, and as I rejoined to do the comps, we see Hydra middle of the track with no front wing. That'll make his return to the pits interesting. So currently, Moreland is sitting provisional on pole in Q1 with a time of 1:31.2. Core 3 is just behind on a 1:30.3. Cons, who's retired in the pits, on a 1:30.8. Martin on a 1:31.4. Speedy on a 1:32.4. Thornicus on a 1:33.0. King5 Panda 1:35.6. Frenzy, RRL and Hepburn either all retired or DNF'd on track. Hydra, Scorenzi and Freedom are still yet to set a time. As Scorenzi goes top of the list with the 1:30.085. Absolutely showing his pace. Early doors there. That's why I'm just taking a moment to taking a moment, sorry there, to just scan through the Discord. So I'm trying to keep an eye on RPR League as well, which will be starting straight after the TTFL race. I will be providing comms for that one as well. That's the RPR CP2 League. We're also starting this week from Sunday at 8:30. We've got the RPR CP3 League. They're running the same calendar as CP1 and 2, which will be Austria with a sprint race this week for the CP3 guys. Good to get them started with the sprint race so they can experience the joys that are short qualifying, a 12 lap sprint race and then a 36 lap race around Austria. It's only a short track of Austria. You're looking at a minute 5 minute to a minute 10 depending on your fuel load, but it does feel like you've been racing it forever after about 20 laps. So at the end of Q1 for TTFL, we are Scorenzi in first, Moyland in second, Cora in third, Cons in fourth, Martin in fifth, Thornicus in sixth, Speedy in seventh, King5 Panda in eighth, Frenzy in ninth, RRL TR63 in 12th, 13th is Hepburn. These numbers aren't seeming to add up because 10th and 11th were missing. And there are a couple I didn't quite catch before the screen changed. So now we wait for the first driver to come out for Q2. The Discord seems to be pip on. I was rather busy tonight trying to keep on top of Discord and keep on top of the chat in YouTube. Just trying to keep an eye on, making sure that everything covered for the RPL League race after the TTFL race that we're currently watching. Can't even read all that. Jesus. I really can't read all that mid-race. So let's focus on TTFL. And close that down for a bit. Let's not get distracted by the Discords. So currently riding on board for their outlap. We're on board with Cons. He comes around the final corner, gets the power down, gets the DRS open, and it's a long run up to T1. Gotta get that. Braking right. It gets it absolutely lovely. Keeps it well within limits. That's through 2 and 3. Takes a little bit less curve than I would, but if it works, it works. Now through the S section, it's all about keeping it stable on the throttle here. Run up to the top hairpin. That turned in nice and well, runs on the outside line. Gets the power down. Right, it's a flat out run to the braking point here. The onboard cameras, the spectator cameras are horrendous there, because obviously you run into the onboard to the braking point, and then the camera shows something completely different. Let's have it nice and tidy all the way on the run down to the final corner. Speed trap, DRS detection zone. They've widened that final corner exit to give you more scope for a run up to the line. Cons is going to cross the line on a 1:30.006. It's a thousandth of the second off of being called Cons Bond. That takes him to the top of the standings, as we are. Scarenzi currently on a 1:30.1. Cora on a 1:30.8. King 5 Panda on a 1:31.1. Martin on a 1:31.8. Thornicus is on an outlap. Speedy is on an outlap. Hairburn jumps up to 5th on a 1:32.1. SFR Martin set a time of 1:31.8. RL's in the pit. Moylan's currently in the pit. Moyland is on an outlap. So as we follow Moylan, he starts his time lap now. On the run up to 1, keeping it as far to the right as he dare. Gets it nicely turned into 1 and 2. Now a little blast down to 3, cuts that curve beautifully into the 6, 7, 8 and 9 complex. Has that car completely under control as he goes through. Coming up to the hairpin at the end of that section. On the power early, doesn't hug the wall like you'd see in real life. And maybe a little bit more time to gain there. As the DRS is opened for the new DRS section. Nicely through this section here. Got DRS wide open. It's now just a flat out run to the final corner. Get your braking right. Get it turned in. Clip that apex. Runs it out as wide as he can. Little bit of space to the wall, but better to be safe than sorry, and crosses the line on a 130.8. Cons is still safely at the top of the leaderboard here with the 130.0. Scorenzi is now on an outlap as Moylan moves out of the way to allow Scorenzi past. Can Scorenzi improve to take that provisional pole in this section and qualifying off of Cons? Or will Tornicus or Speedy Hydra or RRL thump up the board to take it off him? One is on his inlet. So going slowly through the middle sector. I think he's just biding his time, trying to give himself space in front. Follow Speedy round. Currently showing 0.9 lap of fuel. I don't think he's got fuel for another lap. So we will jump down to RRL's. Had a spin. This lap won't help him. We'll drop down to Hydra. Hydra. El Hydra. For anyone who's watched any of the Marvel films or programs will understand the reference to Hydra. Probably pronouncing it completely wrong. It's probably meant to be Hydra, but Hydra sets a time of 132.7 is definitely on the cooldown lap now. This game has changed the way the RS is deployed, so if you are on a hot lap, you can now use over 50% of your available power, which makes it extremely difficult, especially on tracks that are nearly full throttle for 80%, to be able to do back-to-back hot laps. As we look now, Scorenzi has just obliterated Con's initial time and set a 129.537. And yes, a bit late, but I've just looked at the chat, and evening Lewis, evening Elizabeth. Hope you're both doing well. Lewis, really you could be concentrating on your qualifying in Tier 2, but welcome to the stream, mate. I need to pull that screen down so I can actually read it easier. We'll drop that screen in there. We'll put Discord at the top. No idea what I've missed on Discord. No download. I just need to. Make a post there in Discord. As Scorenzi comes in, having set that 129.5, I believe he will be very happy. So Cons has retired in pits on his 130.0. I think it's fairly safe. Thornicus on a 130.4 is in the pits. Moreland on a 130.8. Cora on a 130.83. King 5 Panda 131.1. Speedy 131.8. Hyder on 132.7. SFR Martin 131.8. Hepburn 32.1. Frenzy hasn't set a time in Q2 and currently following round RL ZR63. And he's part way through. Does coming out of sector 2 now. Let's put the lap delta on. Well, that won't help because he's already into sector 2. Telemetry up as well. Now on the run down the back. Slight brake, lift, and it's through that section nicely. So absolutely flat out through turns. I've got no idea. Keeps it clean through this section. Now coming up to the final DRS rate, DRS open. Tight to the left hand curve, then runs out wide for the final corner. Hits the apex nicely. Doesn't touch the wall. Run to the line and crosses the line with a 130.642. Takes him up into 4th. And we'll see him nicely through into Q3. So Thornicus is in the pits. King 5 Panda is in the pits. Hyder is out on track. Just starting a time lap now. So through turn 1, 2 and 3, running up to turn 4 now, cuts that nicely. This section of the track is all about being steady on the throttle just to keep the flow going. So we've got through there without incident. Up into a long left hand hairpin. Doesn't run out as wide as some have. It's nicely on the power. On 3, so now this will be Hyder's final run. He needs to find 6/10. He's currently 1.4 seconds up on his current best. take him safely into the top 10. Hepburn, unfortunately, looks to be is the driver at risk. Sorry. If Hyder keeps going at this rate, he will easily knock Hepburn down into 11th and take a place in the final 10 for Q1. As my screen conveniently doesn't show me his final time. So your progression through to Q1 are Scorenzi, Cons, Thornicus, RRL, GR63, Moyland, Core, King Phi Panda, Hyder, Speedy, and we will be losing SFR Martin, Hepburn, and Frenzy at the end of Q2. Are they waiting for me to press advance? Possibly. So here we go now, into Q3. Pole position shootout. Oh, and randomly my PC's decided now's a good time to put audio on. Let's mute that. Oh, I've just seen that apparently my comms is running out to everyone, so everyone's hearing it, even in the lobby. Bear with me, I will put myself into a party with random people just to keep that a bit easier on everyone. I was going to pick someone who's not online. We'll do that to keep the party a bit easier on everyone. Just quickly apologise to everyone. Okay, as we run into Q3, everyone. Oh, King 5 Panda has started his first time lap, so his first one on track. Following round comes through into the S section. So I have that section of track absolutely nailed down, right on the limit of track limits, which clearly is acceptable. He knows the points where you can extend. He didn't extend, he was right on the white line with his inside wheels. Now on the run down back section of the track, I think we're through turns 29, 30, 47. The majority of this lap is absolutely flat out, although there are numbered turns, they are just kinks in flat out straights. So run to the line now, DRS open, cuts to the inside and opens us up with a 1:30.8. As we go, next on track is Speedy in the Alpine, followed by his teammate Moyland. Is he giving Moyland a tow down that final straight? We will soon find out as Speedy sets a 1:30.6 and Moyland decides to absolutely obliterate that with a 1:29.0. RLGR 63 hits a 1:29.2, but he was a little bit further down behind, so we didn't get the benefit of the distant tow. So Cons did a 1:55. I'd imagine that was a secondary outlap. King 5 Panda's done a 1:30.8. You got Hydra on an outlap, just coming in to start his lap now, so we'll go on board with Hydra in the Williams. It does look beautiful in the night visuals. Into turn 4 and 5 now, flows around into 6, keeps it nice and tidy, well within the track limits. On the run up to the hairpin, this is where the DRS was previously. External curb there. On the run down now, braking in to this section, so we've got it absolutely tied up beautifully. That's a flat out run to braking zone just at the end of this DRS section. Light bit of braking, gets it turned round. Flat out, final DRS zone now. Run down to the final hairpin. In the race, it'll be interesting, this final DRS zone. Do you go for the move there, or do you back off and take the DRS up the start finish straight? You see Hydra now do a 1:30.5. Tidy lap. Moyland is in the pits. RL is in the pits. Scorenzi is currently on track at the light flashing now, so he's not pushing for this lap. Cons has invalidated his current lap. Has he got fuel? He's not got fuel to go for another lap. He's going to have to come in, at least take a refuel. I'd imagine another set of tyres as well. So who have we got on a I'd imagine on an in-lap. Cons is on an in-lap. Scorenzi looks to be going for it. As we run now with Scorenzi now to the final corner. Be a little wide of the apex there. Gets a nice run out. Yellow flag ahead that and Scorenzi is coming into the pit. So as we go, oh, Jesus. Oh, I need to go to sleep earlier. So on board now we call. He's starting his lap into turns 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 section. So everything tidy through there. Beautifully on the apex of 9. On the run up to the hairpin. I need to get the second map up actually, so I can make sure I'm saying the correct turn numbers. Now on the run down. Red light flashing, so is he... Oh, I'm not sure if he's failed on this one. ERS is down at 7%, so likely he's failed, but he needs to... He's looking to go for another... His fuel's out. He's in low fuel mode. As we look to Saunicus, what can Saunicus do? His ERS again is flashing away, so he's not pushing on this lap. Possibly going for another 2 warm-up laps before he actually pushes. Yes, Elizabeth, I am in between trying to keep up with everything that's going on. I am vaping. If it's massively effective on the audio, let me know and I'll try and either mute myself or avoid doing it whilst I'm commentating. So, Saunicus crosses the line. He's fully charged on his ERS, has plenty of fuel for this lap, so we'll follow him round. Nicely through 1 and 2, cuts 3 beautifully. The right hander of 4 into the flowing section of 5, 6, 7 and 8. Last season you'd have had the DRS on that little run down into the hairpin. They moved the DRS straight now. It's part way down this section here. There we go. Through the left right hander, or right left hander, sorry. DRS open. Run down, a slight touch of the brakes, closes your DRS, gets you round. And double right hander. DRS back open now for the run down to the final corner. Just realised I've got none of the lap or telemetry data up, which ain't going to help anyone to second guess. DRS open. Run to the line, and Saunicus crosses the line with a 129.4. So an improvement there as Moylan decides now's the time to improve even more. 128.741 for Moylan. We've got RRL on. He's invalidated his current lap. Scarenzi is still on a valid lap. Let's get his lap data up and his telemetry. Let's see how he's doing. Into the final corner now. Takes it nice and wide. Close enough to the wall to be scary. But makes it through. Crosses the line on a 128.781. 0.04 of a second off of Moylan. That's how close we like it. Then you got RL GR63 on a 129.2. So top group here are extremely close. As I tried to see why my phone decided now would be. Oh, I don't know, my phone's going mad. I've got loads of messages. Some from the wife. I probably could read them, but I do have better things to do, which is comms for tonight. So your starting grades for tonight will be Moyland, Scorenzi, RRL, GR63, Thornicus, Core, Cons, Hyder, King 5 Panda, and Speedy. Between the top 10, you've got less than 2 seconds. This will be an interesting race. It's a high-speed track. Lots of opportunities for people to push a little too hard and end up in a wall. And unfortunately, the nature of the track, the number of blind corners, although they're not really corners because it is just majority flat out, it's likely we will see a safety car or two. As we now wait for the grid to set their strategies for the race. I've been told off in the Discord because I forgot to go into a party for part of it. Then everyone in the lobby heard my comms, and it may have put a few off. That's very hard luck. So just learn to live with it. But yeah, I do apologise to anyone who was on a hot lap whilst I was doing comms, not in the party. It wasn't my intention to put anyone off. Here we go, ready now for the formation lap. Let's hope this all goes off without issue. Everyone is on their formation lap. I'm just scrolling through the various Discord bits. So we have got Moyland on pole, followed by Scorenzi, which I'm fairly sure Elizabeth won't be happy with having taken pole from Scorenzi, followed by RRL, Thornicus, Core, Cons, King 5 Panda, Speedy, SFR Martin, Frenzy, Pepper. We seem to have less drivers. I was expecting Hyder, Freedom, and Scotty in 14th. Thankfully, as I am on my own comms tonight, DXC Ferret is providing comms to Tier 2 on his channel. He did join me last week, which was brilliant to have a co-commentator. The Tier 2 comms is unavailable this week, so Ferret has decided nicely to pick up the baton and provide comms for those guys. So as everyone makes their way onto the grid, let's watch and see how many people get this stop right. So pit stop strategy is a one-stopper, medium to hard. This game is now proving that the softs extremely difficult to take for any sort of distance, so you are looking at a one-stop race, medium to hards. But let's see what everyone is starting on. So you've got the top two on mediums, RRL on hards, Ikonicus and Car on mediums, Cons on hards. King 5 Panda's gone for the softs. Then it's majority mediums behind, as Moylan has managed to maintain that lead on his medium tyre. As we now run through, we have got a yellow flag. Hyder and Speedy look to be round, and King 5 Panda are round in turns 5 and 6. Moylan has opened up nearly a second advantage over Scorenzi in this first section of the first lap. And be looking to extend that to break the 1 second gap, because the DRS advantage here is massive. If you can keep within the DRS, you can save ERS, which then allows you to effectively keep within the DRS further around the lap where the DRS isn't active. As Scorenzi has pulled that back now to 8/10. But Scorenzi and Moylan are leaving Cornicus behind, who seems to be fronting a train, as RRL is right on the back and looks to go for a move. He is just trying to fill the mirrors into turn 1. So you've got both Hasses nose to tail here behind Cornicus. Other gaps we got. Apparently Hepburn is a minute and a half. I love the timing screens, Codemasters. You've done this beautifully, because I can watch Freedom. I can see Hepburn behind, but according to the timing screens is a minute and a half down, even though I can see him in the same screen. So Scorenzi has closed that gap up to within 6/10 now. I don't know if his game plan is to push Moyland all the way or just to stick within that DRS. I know Moyland has had a lot of practice on this track, at least in 21's version. I think over the Christmas break between seasons on RPR and TTFL, I think roughly around 50 hours were spent purely just on Jeddha, as it was the new track release, and it was released at the point where the season's calendar had already been decided, so it was agreed it would be the first race of the new season. So there was a group of about 10 different drivers spent a good amount of time doing races around this track to get to know it, find the overtaking points, work out your braking points. As Moylan's round and Scorenzi takes the lead, that was a advantageous move, but he made it without incident. Unfortunately, that's dropped Moylan all the way back to 6th, now 7th. He's got the car going, he doesn't appear to have any damage. Scorenzi is now though out in front with a 2-second gap to RRL. Cornicus is within the DRS of followed closely by Core. They'll be in the DRS train. How effective that will be, as it looks like he can close in into turn one, but he's not quite got the overspeed to make a move. Moyland is on the back. He is all over the back of Martin, who spectator view says he's got no front wing. Whether he actually has got a front wing, who knows? Because it's Codemasters. I'd imagine he's not, though, with how close Moyland can run. So now making the run up to the top hairpin. Moyland looks to go for the cutback. He's on the inside, but it's going to put him around the outside. And when the camera cuts in, he's got the move done as Hepburn has lost it in front of them. Thankfully, hasn't landed on the racing line, but we are in a full safety car now. It will allow Moyland to close up onto the lead pack. Unfortunately for Scorenzi, it means he loses the advantage he built up out front. None of the top four are pitting as Moyland comes into the pits, Martin comes into the pits, Frenzy stays out. We'll jump him up into 5th place. Freedom is in the pits. It's Hyder's coming in. Cons is coming now around the final corner. And we'll be staying out. Speedy in the run to the final corner on those softs. I think Speedy needs to come into the pits. Needs to come off of those softs, as he does. I think he'll struggle with the hards to get to the ears, going for the mediums. So Speedy will definitely be, I'll say definitely, he managed to take a set of hards round Austria for 35 laps and was still quick. So I think he'll be pitting. I can't see him getting 20 laps out of the mediums round Jeddha. Purely for the amount of traction needed here. Scott is in the pit as well. He's needing a new wing. Thankfully the safety car will allow him to catch back up to the pack. Albeit the safety car is coming around the final corner now as he's coming out of the pits. It's not worth mentioning the gaps. We've got Speedy aiming to catch the back of the pack with King Phi Panda stalking him all the way through. As Cons has decided to pit now. Going for the safety car undercut there. Had the time to do it and has a slightly fresher hard tyre. But the tyres in this version of the game are harder to get up to temperature. Got a bit of a run to catch the back of the safety car queue. We'll give him time to get them up to temp. He's just got to then maintain that temperature. whilst we wait for the restart. With a handful of cars separated around the track. I want to say I don't think the safety car will be in this lap, but who knows, it's Codemasters, it may well come in. So we're still on the safety car now. Let me get my fan turned on because it's rather warm in here. So we're on lap 7 of 25. Looking at the track map, I'm quietly confident we will be going racing again at the end of this lap. Frenzy and Scotty are closing in on the pack now. I'd hope neither of them are getting a Delta to try and drive to. But again, who knows with Codemasters, it could be anything. As there's a Ferrari around. Cons has lost it under the safety car. And King 5 Panda. So Scotty has just jumped up to 11th during the safety car period. He's not been given the message to allow the position back. We are going to be racing at the end of this lap. The safety car in this lap, so everyone will be trying to get some heat into those tyres. I think Scotty probably in the best position there, having worked those tyres a little harder to retain to the pack. We will jump on board with the front as we wait for spectator view to catch up. Scorenzi is gone, it's followed by RRL and Cornicus. Gets in nicely through turn 1. RRL is right on the back of him though, just waiting for a little mistake just to give him that advantage to get the pass made. Head up into the hairpin. Scorenzi's got that lead. It's maintaining that gap. RRL is not really able to make it close. As I say that, the time drops by a tenth and a half. The pair of them seem to be dropping Cornicus behind. Cornicus now a second back on RRL. As Core is retired from, we have another safety car. We've lost Core, we've lost Hyder, and we have lost Freedom. As we go back to look at cons to see if we can see what's happened there, we can see Hyder on the outside of that corner. So we are on lap 8 and Scarenzi, Cornicus, RRL, Scotty, King 5 Panda and Speedy have all been in the pits. Cons has stayed out on his mediums. This has managed to gain in a handful of places. Out in front, Moylan still on his 4-lap old hards. SFR Martin in second on his 4-lap old hards. Frenzy currently sitting in third on 2-lap old mediums. Scarenzi and Cornicus have both been in for new hards. RRL has decided to go onto the soft tyre. I am guessing he's hoping to take the advantage of the easier warm-up and the speed advantage over the first few laps. Try and push those, get back to a set of mediums. Well, let's have a look. Let's see what he started. No, I'll press that button. Thank you. So RRL started on the hard. Yeah, you could push the softs then for a few laps and then jump onto the mediums. But it's going to be looking at we're looking at 10 laps on the mediums. Don't be a problem. As into the pit. Oh, comes RRL. Is already looking to come off with those soft. Speedy into a set of hards. RRL out on the mediums. As everyone is still following the safety car round now. There'll be no change of position unless someone really loses it. The pack is nicely formed up together, even with the lads dropping in. All those, I'd say late, but not really late. Those out of sequence pit stops now. So I'd imagine the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Moylan looked there from spectator view like he was just trying to push the safety car along. Right now, whilst I have a moment just to take a view at the various discords. Hepburn saying his issue was auto gears try and manually short shift up, and the car just decides, or the game decides, nope, you're going down a gear and a half. Which is unlucky, but one of the reasons why you need to move off of auto gears, go to manual. And you've got more control as we restart, as Cons has picked up a 5-second penalty. It's going to hurt in the long run. He's got past Scotty. Scotty is having a run. King 5 Panda's also past Scotty. The battles now seem to be down the back of the track, although Frenzy and SFL Martin teammates here. Is Martin going to allow Frenzy pass? It looks like he has into the top hairpin. So Frenzy is now down on the pursuit of Moylan. Got a 1.5 second advantage over. Right, Moylan has nearly a 2-second advantage now over Frenzy. As there is a bit of wing just disappeared. It looks like the end plate of Moylan's front wing. Front left end plate, so that's going to hurt him on the right hand corners. But wing damage in this version of the game is less apparent than in the 21 version. Though I'd imagine he is going to feel it in the right-handers. Luckily for Moylan, the majority of this track is left-hander, but Frenzy has closed that gap now. Is within half a second. And Scorenzi, yes, it is Scorenzi. He is right on the back in that beautiful looking Williams in the. Love the look of the Williams in the night with the spotlights. It just, I don't know what it is. That car looks gorgeous. So at the front you've got Moylan followed by Frenzy followed by Scorenzi, and they are each within. There's less than a second within the three. SFL Martin's dropped off the back of Lewis, 2 seconds back, and Cornicus and RIL for company. Speedy is another 3.5 seconds back, running his own race. He's outside the DRS of King 5 Panda. And then you have Scotty. Scotty, track goes left there, mate. Left. And Cons further back. They're right on the back of the pack. I'm assuming they've had a spin, a momentarily overspeed. Drop them that far back. If we go back to the front now. We'll ride round with Scorenzi, so it's middle of the pack, so we can see what is happening front and rear. Dornicus looks to be going up the inside. He is going up the inside of RRL. Gets the place made, but can he keep hold of it? No. RRL's taking it back. It's a 3-car battle now, keeping it nice and clean. It's what we love to see. RO is all over the back of SFL Martin. DRS now wide open. Cornicus hanging on the back. Can RRL make a move into turn 1? He can't make the move. Not close enough, but if he gets good traction out of this corner, we'll have the overspeed, stick in the slipstream, pulls to the left with the entry into turn one, gets it alongside. Has it, mate? That was a Moyland. I don't know. Who did Moyland? Who collected Moyland? I think that was SFR Martin collected Moyland, who was stranded in the middle of the racing line, had no option. There was nowhere he could go. All he could do was wait for the rest of the pack to go past. So that's safety car number 3 now tonight. Speed is still going. Trying to spot who picked up damage there. So Frenzy looks to have got through there okay, still got his front wing according to spectator view. RRL looks to have his front wing. Cornicus doesn't look to have a front wing. SFL Martin doesn't look to have a front wing. Speedy looks alright. So Speedy can close down within the delta or keep low end of the delta. I think this is going to see him jump up to 4th. I think Martin and Cornicus are going to be in the pits. It's going to help Scotty get back onto the back of the pack. Potentially needs to come in and swap to a more durable tyre for the restart, as the pack have just started to be picked up now by the safety car. I didn't try and read the Discord messages, my eyes just won't focus on that screen at the moment. I see a message from Nando's. Just got to respond to this. If that makes sense, but yeah, we'll keep that one in there. Bye. There we go. So, as we now wait for Scotty to catch up with the back of the pack, currently position on track you have RRL GR63 on 5-lap old mediums, Speedy up into second on 8-lap old hards, King 5 Panda on 6-lap old hards in third. Grenzy is in 4th on a new set of softs. Frenzy in 5th on a new set of softs. Dornicus sitting in 6th on 8-lap old set of mediums. SFR Martin and Scotty both on softs. As I believe that's Speedy, yep, that is Speedy into the pit. Coming off of those halves, what's he going on to? Going on to a set of mediums. Followed by Cornicus, who's just put on a brand new set of softs. So Speedy's on 3-lap old mediums. 9 laps to go. I think RRL and King 5 Panda. Oh no, Skrenzi just behind on 1 lap old media, soft, sorry. I think Skrenzi, if he hammers this, pushes those softs over a couple of laps, builds that gap, I think he can drive through the degradation. It's going to be interesting. I keep forgetting I've built my new shelf to put stuff on, and I keep putting it on that really awkward shelf that doesn't really work. But here we go, race control, safety car in this lap. We're going to have 7 laps of flat out racing. You've got RL on 6 lap old mediums and King 5 Panda 7 lap old hards. I think King 5 Panda is going to struggle against Skrenzi, Frenzy, Martin, possibly even Scotty on their new softs. As RL has just gone now. Trying to get the advantage there. So top 4 kept with him. He's through 1 and 2. Skrenzi is now up into 2nd on those soft tyres. He needs to push all the way now. Take that advantage of the traction off of those newer softer tyres. Try and close in. He's 1.2 behind RL out in front. Frenzy following him through. King 5 Panda, who started at the restart in 2nd, is now down to 5th. Under pressure from Shaunicus and Scotty. As Scotty backs out to leave room in the battle between the Alfa Romeo drivers. I think King 5 Panda should allow his teammate through, really, as I think he has. Just let him through there. Let him make the most of those soft tyres as Scotty goes out to the outside in the run into the final corner. King 5 Panda trying to fight against his own teammate, but Scotty's got the run round the outside, up into turn 1 now. Scotty has got the move done. Speedy's looking to sneak through as well, but doesn't quite get it done into turn 1. But makes it before turn 4. King 5 Panda now unfortunately dropping all the way down to 8th. Having done the restart in 2nd. Skrenzi is within the DRS of RRL. He's got to now push to maintain that gap. So when the DRS is open, he can use it to his advantage. The unlucky thing for Skrenzi now is going to be using up the extra traction of those soft tyres. Although he's absolutely right on the back now of GR 63. Into the final section now. Can he make a move into the final corner? Looks to go out wide. GR's got him covered off there. Can he get a better drive out of the final corner, or just follow through and use the slipstream? Looks to go up the inside into turn 1. He looks to have got it done before the end of the start-finish straight, and he has. Skrenzi has taken P1 there. Lovely bit of driving. Nice clean pass, taking the advantage of those soft tyres over the mediums of TR63. Now he needs to pull away, open that gap, but it's going to be difficult. This so much. This lap is absolute flat out. TR63 is just going to sit in the slipstream and tow himself along. Tyre advantage is to Scorenzi, but don't see him being able to open it up enough. Have we got any battles? We've got Speedy on the back of Shornicus. Opposite tyre, Strat Speedy being on the medium, Shornicus on the softs. Half a second as they run down. DRS isn't enabled at the moment, but if he can keep it in the slipstream, just pull himself along. He's only got a lap or two to go. DRS is available now apparently this lap. That shows how bad of a commentator I am. I'm not even paying that much of attention to spot that. Into the final corner now, as there's a Mercedes, I think that's Scotty round in the final corner. Speedy's gone for the outside round into turn 1 now. He's got the move done, but can he keep it through 2 and 3? Shornicus is right on the back of him. Will have the slight advantage there with the softer tyre. Speedy looks to have got it done. Nicely cut into 4. Long turn 5. Balancing the power through 5, 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10, 30, 80, 100. Shornicus is putting himself in Speedy's mirrors, but Speedy is not reacting to it. Concentrating on his drive now down the back section of this track. It's now absolute flat out. Shornicus will have DRS, but I don't think it's going to be powerful enough to make a move into the left right. Speedy goes a little wide. So now Shornicus is going for the outside into the final corner. Sticks to the outside, doesn't try and do the cutback. Now has the DRS on the final start finish straight and has the move done. Well before turn 1 there. So Speedy will be looking to stick in Shornicus' DRS. We go back to the front. The RRL is right on the back of Scorenzi now. Can Scorenzi's 6 lap old softs hold on? He's got another 4 laps to do. RRL's on the 11 lap old mediums. Such a fast flowing track. The last time I raced it was just after we spent about a month practicing on the track on RPR in CP1 and 2. I don't think I did very well either. I spent all that time practicing and then just... No, RPR, actually, CP1 had a brilliant race. I had a cracking battle with that guy Alex. I know Cobb was involved in it. There was a good battle all the way through that race. CP2, yeah, I did useless. Yeah, we won't talk about that. As RRL is trying desperately to keep with Scorenzi. Both carrying penalties. I've no idea how many penalties. I'm not even going to look because it takes the fun out of it. Just watching the times now, I see Speedy and Shornicus to swap places. Shornicus has got that pass. King 5 Panda's well off. Scott is well off. So our main battles at the minute are Scarenzi and RRL out in front, and Speedy and Cornicus for 5th and 6th place. Why has my phone decided now is the best time to tell me I have a message? Basket. I'm mid-comms, I'm not doing invites now, you can wait. Sorry, that's going to RPR GP2. Won't be long, invites will be out, but at the minute we're concentrating on this race here. I don't know which battle to concentrate on, whether to concentrate at the front. Can we see if Scarenzi can get it back past RRL? As he makes a move to the inside into turn 1. RRL has the confidence on the brakes to outbrake into turn 1. Scarenzi can see that light flashing now. He knows that RRL is absolutely mullered his ERS. He's sitting with... let's put that detail up. So RRL is sitting on 9%, Scarenzi sitting on 35%, so he's got a good advantage there. I can see he's trying to save it and make the most of it, use it where it is most advantageous. But I fear those softs are starting to fall off it now, as Speedy is all over the back of Cornicus. Though Cornicus has a massive ERS advantage. I think the mediums on Speedy are going to be coming into their own, as those softs on Cornicus are starting to drop off now. After 7 laps. Same at the front with Scarenzi. And RRL's in the pits. Surprising. Coming into the pits. That's 2 laps ago. That surprises me. It's decided now is the best time to pit. Unless I missed and he did lose a wing or lose an end plate. So Scarenzi is now out in front. He's got a 7-second advantage over Frenzy. SFR Martin in the second, McLaren another 2.6 back. So I think we're going to see, unless there's some major mess up, a Williams McLaren podium. Speedy is up into 4th. He's got a 3.5 second gap now to Cornicus. Cornicus is out. He's just lost it round turn 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. Maybe turn 14, 15. Don't know, I can't do the maths. So Scotty, once he passes the stricken cars, is going to be up into 6th. Scarenzi now on the final lap. He has a 10-second buffer to 2nd place. He does not need to push. He can just run this nice and steady at a comfortable pace. Mine looks to be pushing to close up that gap to Frenzy in front, but they are teammates. They're just looking to try and get that nice photo shoot moment of both crossing the line close together. Speedy picks up another penalty. So our top 5 drivers have picked up penalties. Scotty is now up into 6th, having passed the point of the stricken car of Shawnicus. So as we go now to watch Scorenzi take the final finish line, our results are Scorenzi followed by Frenzy. If he'd have qualified through all 3 sections, who knows. SFR Martin picked up 3rd. Speedy is going to come across in 4th. RRL at the final corner now, on the run to the line, gives Haas the 5th place. And revving the tips off of their Mercedes in first gear is Scotty to close out our standings in 6th. I thank you all for joining me tonight. I do apologise. One week it will be quality commentary. I do promise. But I will be back next week with your standings and details for how everyone in Tier 1 is getting on. But right now I do need to jump off and get everything set up for Rapid Pixel Racing's CP2 Friday night race. Feel free to drop a like and a subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I go live, which again will be in a couple of minutes as we set everything up for Rapid Pixel Racing. If I don't speak to you all before, if you don't hear from me before, I will see you next Friday. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. Let's just run you through your standings at the end. Scorenzi picks up another win. That's 2 for 2 for Scorenzi. Frenzy in 2nd. SFR Martin in 3rd. Speedy in 4th. Good lad. RL in 5th after his late pit stop. Scotty in 6th. Shawnicus in 7th. And King 5 Panda in 8th. And your DNFs were Moyland. I'm just shocked. Can't believe he lost it the way he did. Cons, Freedom, Hyder, Core, Hepburn. Hepburn is the final DNF of this night. But once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking part in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe if you could please. That would be much appreciated. And I will see you all next week.